In this tutorial, I'm going to show you step by step how you can start earning money with copy trading on Hyperliquid with their Vault functionality. For this tutorial, I assume you already have an account. However, if you didn't create a Hyperliquid account yet, you can use the first link in the video description to create a new account and also to unlock a 4% lifetime trading fee discount. So if you want to get a 4% discount, click the first link below this video to create your account. Additionally, you can check out our step-by-step in-depth tutorial on how to set up a wallet and connect it to Hyperliquid to get started with trading on there. In order to start copy trading on Hyperliquid, we need funds in our perpetual futures wallet. For this, let's transfer now funds from the spot to the futures wallet by clicking on transfer on the right-hand side. And then we will send it from spot to futures. So click on these two arrows. We will now send funds from spot to Perps. Click on max. I want to send everything over. And now I confirm this transaction. And now in a few seconds, we will have the funds over. And we can now click here on Vault in the top section. This is the Hyperliquid Vault section. This is where we can copy other traders. First of all, we are in this dashboard where we can analyze the traders. Here you can see the user vaults. These are users which just created their own vault. So you can also create your own vault in the top right corner. And then you will also appear in this list. However, you can also check out protocol vaults, which are directly from Hyperliquid. There are a few features you can use, for example, the sorting functionality for APR from high to low and low to high, the TVL, which means total value locked. That also refers to how much money people put into this vault. So, for example, for the first guy, there's $12 million in TVL, which means $12 million of value that is copied from this guy. Then below, the people copy him with $1.7 million. Then we can see the deposit from you if you put in your own deposit. In this case, I didn't put any deposit in, so we will do this together in a bit. And then we can also look at the age. For example, if you want to check the oldest Hyperliquid vaults. In my opinion, TVL is usually the best thing because that means people have confidence in this. Additionally, I highly recommend you check out the HLP. The Hyperliquidity provider is the liquidity provider on the Hyperliquid exchange. When we go back to the futures platform of Hyperliquid, you can see the order book in here. Hyperliquid is providing liquidity in here. So let's now click on the Hyperliquid Vault right here. Before copy trading anyone, I always recommend you go through all of these things here at the bottom. You can first of all check the balances, the positions which are currently open, the open orders, then TWAP orders, which are time-weighted average price orders, trading history, so you can scroll through all of this and analyze the trades, funding history, which means the funding rate which we either paid or collected with this trader, then the order history, which are limit orders. They don't necessarily have to be executed, so they can also be cancelled orders. Then we can look at deposits and withdrawals, how much money was put into this vault and taken out. And then we can also here look at the depositors. So we can see the other people that were copying this vault. We can now check if they made money or not. We can also sort for all-time P&L from high to low and low to high. The highest loss was 11,000, whereas the biggest profit is 2 million. Then we can also look at unrealized P&L, which means this is not realized yet, 11,000 and 500,000. We can also see the amount that these people put in and the amount of days they were following this vault. You can see that the biggest losers here very quickly stop copying. So this is probably something you want to copy long term in order to have proper results. And then we can also see the historical performance on the right hand side. We can look at 24 hours, 30 days and all time. And you can see all time is a very steady equity curve. Keep in mind, usually the crypto exchange wins. So in general, I think this is one of the better options here, and I will now also copy the HLP vault. Now we can select the amount here. Let's go with 25 USDC. Then we click on deposit. Now we have successfully added $25 into the HLP vault. We don't have to do anything. We will automatically take these positions. You can see they are making a lot of money with funding and they have tons of positions open. The overall equity curve is very steady. Additionally, you can look at the vault performance here in P&L. They made $46 million in profits. The maximum drawdown, which means the maximum loss they ever had, was 5.6%. And then we can see our own performance. Aside from using the HLP vault, you can look at other traders too, but be very careful here because unfortunately many traders are rather unreliable. For example, the first trader called Sifu, he has a TVL of $12 million. But when we then look at his profile, we can see that he actually is down quite a bit and lost over $3 million for his copiers. So I highly recommend you do proper analysis of these traders. For example, the stabilizer looks quite interesting. And then we can see in his description, he has low risk by restricting the leverage of the vault balance. And then we can also see the all-time value here is very consistent. So this is also something interesting. Let's also put 25 USDC into this. Now we have successfully copy traded on Hyperliquid. Whenever these traders now make a trade, we will take them directly. If you want to edit the copy trading, for example, adding more money or completely cancel the copy trading on Hyperliquid, you first have to find the vaults where you have put in money. For this, you can look on your deposit tab. You can see where you have put in money. So for example, here for the stabilizer, I've put in 25 bucks. And for the Hyperliquid provider, I put in 31. So I can now edit these. Let's now click on the stabilizer. For example, we can add more funds. So you can just simply add the amount here, then click on deposit. That will add more funds into it. If you want to withdraw the funds, simply switch to the withdraw tab. And here you can see I can now withdraw 25 USDC. I click on withdraw and then I get the funds back in my Hyperliquid Perps wallet. However, please note that there is a deposit lockup which differs from different vaults. So in this vault, for example, we have a 1-day lockup. So if I add money now, I can only get it back after 24 hours. Now, if we look at another vault, for example, the Hyperliquidity provider, we click on this. There you can actually see it's a 4-day lockup, okay? So please be aware that if you make a copy trade on Hyperliquid Vaults, there can be lockups that differ in time. So for example, 1 day on the stabilizer and 4 days on HLP. But once you're done with the lockup period, you can click on withdraw and get all of your funds out. For me, it's right now disabled because I put in a bit of more funds just now, so I can't get these out. But after the period, I can get them back. If you want to get started with Hyperliquid copy trading, I recommend you click the very first link in the video description to create a new Hyperliquid account. With the link, you will get a lifetime 4% fee discount, which will save you a lot of money. So if you want to get the best trading fees on Hyperliquid, I recommend you take advantage of this bonus. If you still didn't set up your account at all, you can also watch our full step-by-step tutorial on how to set up a wallet, use the Arbitrum network, fund your wallet, and then connect it to your Hyperliquid account.